Namaste, friends. How are you? And welcome to Everything's Not Awesome because everything is not awesome all the time, especially these days. Many are not feeling very awesome. What's wild is that myself and Occam were going to be doing this live like a week and a half ago or something, and we had to reschedule it, not even thinking about the fact that this would be the total divine perfect moment for you all to be here to receive this. So, welcome to this brief discussion that we will engage a little bit, but predominantly, Occam and I are going to be having our own discussion as well as channeling in some information on how everything is not awesome and what to do about it. For those who don't know, I'm Jamie London Wollberg. I identify as a leader of love. That means that I am a leader who is looking to serve the greater humanity, this planet, all of the beings and entities that surround this planet. And I do so by bringing interactive and engaging, impactful spiritual experiences one on one, in group, and event form, much like this one. And I am looking forward to being here with my brother Occam. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Occam Wood. I'm an energetic health practitioner and trauma recovery facilitator. I really love helping people to identify that missing link in their healing journey so that they can unlock more of their potential and release the energetic bondage and toxins that are basically holding them back so they can be awesome. And I am excited about this conversation and why we're about to have it because everything sometimes isn't always awesome. And so it needs to be acknowledged. And it's okay to be acknowledged in that way and not feel like you're losing or failing or at a loss.
100%. And if those are interested in collaborations that Occam and I do together, we have Higher Light Harmonization, and you can see our Harmony check-in call link is streaming across and also ought to be in the details section of wherever you are watching this. We would love to support you in harmonizing yourself, not just your frequency, even though we're all frequency, but really in every aspect of your life, body, mind, and soul. So everything is not awesome. Akam, what would you say has your journey been with, you know, the program narrative of masking when someone says, "Hi, how are you?" Just like autopilot, "I'm fine," to where you are now, living authentically. Do you feel like you're being authentic in those interactions when you're not fine?
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially in the era where we have Instagram and all these other social medias where it's everybody's best day all the time, and I think that that can be great. I love to see people, I love to be motivated by great things. But if we have that as our standard, then people who aren't feeling great all the time tend to, or can, I guess, say, can get to feeling like they're not living up to the potential that everybody else is because they're not seeing that on the off days we're not at our perfect self, we're not doing our best all the time. And so when I when someone asks me that question of like how are you, I feel it's very important to be genuine and authentic because that person I'm talking to may be having a bad day too, and by me opening up about the truth of where I am, right? And if it's a great day, I'm very happy and excited, and if it's a low day, I'm very low. I'm appropriately at it, applying my energy for whatever mood I'm in, but I don't want them to feel like they have to match that or meet that, right? And I also think that by sharing ourselves authentically, we allow other people the opportunity to share authentically. So I think it's very important in a day and age where people, can get to a place where they feel alone. And so it's very important for me to be authentic so that people don't feel like they're alone. So they can feel like they're seen and understood in a way that I want to be seen and understood as well.
I agree. I think it's really important that you brought up about the climate on social media and this, I love how there are even these viral videos going on to really showcase this is what Instagram claims that this looks like and this is what's actually happening. It's something I was thinking about earlier when I was thinking about this live stream, and I think that overall my journey with this has been uh mostly not being aware for a really, really long time, right? Just being totally asleep and being like, yeah, I'm fine. I feel like once I started to go through my tri awakening and I started to deal with a lot of serious health issues and my identity and all of that, I started to question what it even meant to feel good. And what I experienced was in my authentic response to everyone asking how I was at that time, I was receiving sort of backlash or silence, or I would actually lose people. And after getting very real about it, I realized that it was a lot less about the fact that I didn't have something awesome to report all the time, and much more about how I was conveying it. Because honestly, I was super angry and in a lot of pain and in a mentality of suffering. So I was not the way that I would say, like, "I'm not having a great day right now," is definitely not the energy
Well,
that I was putting out.
that's a very important factor too, is not dwelling in it and getting into that pity or victim mind frame or the blame game of like, because that's what part of it is expressing. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to like emphasize like, yes, exactly why I think it's important.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think what ended up being was more so me not detaching myself from their own autonomy over their emotions, and like what you said, like, I don't want people to take on, what I'm experiencing, and at the same time I didn't have any other way to express what I was going through. And the results were the results because of what we're all taught and programmed to do. We're not at large to this day in this age. We have not exactly been taught how to be okay with not being okay and also how to not take on other people's energies, right? And that's such an awareness, it's a practice.
Yeah.
It's something that I lean into a lot with my clients. You know, how
And
are
it's
you navigating it?
Well, it's super important also to not get into that trauma bonding or trauma dumping space, with it. So I always have basically it's not necessarily a canned response, but it's my most common response is peaks and valleys, but always moving forward. I have gratitude for like you can, and that's the other thing we want to talk about, right? Is how you can have gratitude and still be having a bad day at the same time, and that one doesn't necessarily negate the other. In fact, the gratitude is what makes the optimism. sustainable. Somebody can say cool talks to what I love. And so having that gratitude about what you do have, while also acknowledging that, yeah, maybe it's not exactly how I wish it could be. It's you giving yourself permission, right? And
Mhm.
having yourself be able to let it out and let them have what they need to do. Like they can deal with it how they want, but also don't dump on them. Is what I'm trying to say. And then we
Y-
were going to talk also about like not showing up, right? The way people are not showing up because they don't feel up to par. Do you want to talk on that part as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we often don't feel our best and we have something coming up that we are passionate about, whether it's a client, an event, a family affair, just going out to be social with friends, oftentimes we will cancel, right? Many of us will panic and either wait to the last minute or just sort of tell themselves like, "Oh, I'm gonna get through it," and then maybe you even force yourself to be there, but then you're not really being there. You're not present in the space, or you're there and you're masking, right? You are pretending, you are living through a filter. You are expressing your experience through this filter of I'm actually okay when I'm not okay. And then what happens is that can be really exhausting. And it's important to understand that you are automatically, as a divine being and co creator, perfect. You are a human being who came to be in a body and a vessel that experiences a wide range of powerful, beautiful emotions. And these informative alarm systems and lenses that we navigate our life through are not a better than or less than, a right or wrong. And when showing up in a certain space, while there might be expectations from others who are going to be there, that does not mean that you need to meet those expectations or that it's fair for them to have those expectations on you. It's not shaming anyone having expectations. It's about if someone has expectations on you, that's about them.
Right.
That's about how they are setting up for, okay, so we're going to go give this presentation. We got to be 500. Well, if your loved one passed away, then you're probably not going to be 100. And the options are to cancel, to reschedule, or to go there and be and give your best. And what matters is knowing your best is always enough. There
Hmm.
may not be people that resonate or accept that. Your best is always enough. That is all we can ask from everyone. And if we spend less time expecting and more time supporting and holding space for whatever is, then we may find ourselves feeling a lot safer and more confident going into these spaces. But it's a step at a time. What do you think, Hakan?
Well, I would also say yes to all that, of course. I agree with all that. And a lot of people get in that mindset of like, especially like take our rooms, for instance, right, where we're offering services and we're talking, offering conversations. A lot of people are having great rooms on LinkedIn. And someone said, to me, like, well, I didn't feel up to it. Didn't have all the energy to come and like support you. And it's like, some places are just for you to be supported. Like that's when you need the energy workers. That's when you need the extra natural, healing modalities and all these different things. It's when you're feeling low and when you don't feel the energy. So I always wanted to put that out there too, that like it's okay to come to at least our spaces for sure, and many of the spaces of the people that we hang out with, and like don't have to be like, well, I can't come up on stage today because I'm not all sunshines and rainbows. So just having that space to be like, well, I'm here to be served. I'm here to let my weight down for a moment and let release the pressure of what's going on in my existence. And so I wanted to make sure that that was also clear. It's like it's okay to show up, at least in our spaces. I'm giving you permission for both of us. If you're not feeling up to it, that's the time to call us and have a little like pick me up or how message us and see if we can't get in a conversation or whatever the case needs to be. Especially in our spaces here on LinkedIn and wherever else we'll be doing our combination of Reiki and mentoring.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you are questioning whether you belong in our spaces, you always belong so long as you come with an open heart and an open mind. There's no other expectation. And with that, if you are, as Occam said, not feeling your best and you're looking to have support in harmonizing within yourself, if you want to feel confident and authentic in every space that you go into and feel excited about your day to day because you feel balanced in your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies, definitely check out that link. It is a free 20-minute call, the Harmony check in call. You are not going to regret spending that magical time with us. It's amazing how much we can support you in 20 minutes. How many aha moments. We give you a Reiki blast. We touch base. It's a great call. And we look forward to spending time with you and reminding you for the millionth time that everything is not awesome and that's okay. And you are going to be okay. And it's okay that you're not okay right now. This is temporary and you are going to be okay. Any
And the flip
final
side is, if
remarks?
you are okay and everything is awesome for you, then great. Feel free to share that too.
Absolutely. Celebrations all around. We celebrate your vulnerability. We celebrate your successes. We celebrate you for existing, for choosing to be here, which is something that we have all decided to do on a soul level for many, many reasons. And it's your human level that chooses to stay, right? So remember, as you stay here, when someone says, "Hi, how are you?" practice saying something, even like the way that Occam says peaks and valleys, I always say I'm grateful because that's always true for me. That I'm feeling grateful. So figure out, literally practice in the mirror. So I've done it. Practice in the mirror and check in with yourself and say like, well, what is something that I can say that feels authentic when I'm not feeling my best? And just practice that. And over time, you will find it easier and easier to share what it is that is on your heart and how you're doing. And as Occam said earlier, when you share your truth, especially when things are not going well, you inspire others. And when you share that things are going well, you lift people up. So that is really awesome. Also, we're getting like all sorts of comments. Just want to let you know because I've been here plugging away, messaging everyone. We
Yeah,
love you and welcome you, Dina and Honey, who says what you're doing is so important to help us communicate. And that living in gratitude changes everything, which is so true. Brenda Lee's stopped by
Brenda
to love
Lee.
on us as we always love having you here. Um, Oh, honey, I love that. I'm honored to open you up. We love being with you as well. Kenneth says, such a beautiful, well articulated, eloquently stated, heartfelt show filled with nuggets of wisdom, kindness, goodness, patience, encouragement, empathy, understanding, sincerity, perseverance, knowledge, honesty, love, hope, courage, tenacity, awesomeness, caring, positivity, compassion, passion, inspiration, resilience, respect, appreciation, gratitude, enthusiasm, guidance, and motivation. I love your comments, Kevin.
You got to savor the flavor of that one, right, Kenneth?
Yeah, I'm definitely savoring the flavor. If you haven't followed Kenneth to savor the flavor, you've definitely got to do that. Honey says, I'm in good shape for the shape I'm in. Yes, I love that. I love that, honey. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, everyone, remember whether you're awesome or whether you're not, you are still awesome. Every life is lifing, right? Things are changing. There's a lot going on in the world right now. We are upgrading. This is all happening for you. Whatever is happening, everything's going to be okay. And when you are having a tough time, remember that your pals, Jamie and Occam, are here for you. And again, our awesome link for our check in call is scrolling below and also ought to be in the details of Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, which is where this is all streaming. We love you unconditionally and we look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Anything else,
Be well.
Occam? Namaste, everyone.